Hello and welcome to our video. So this video talks about what is pre-engineered steel structures, or as we call it as PEB, and things to be considered when opting for PEB. As many of us are not aware of what points to look at, this video will make it clear for you all.
Okay, so now we look at why one should choose pre-engineered steel structures, or we call it as PEV. There are multiple advantages. We will discuss few here. So one of which is aesthetic design. So while looking for pre-engineered structures and while deciding, one can always decide what kind of look they want in the structures. So this is very easy here because there are multiple tools available where the 3D view of the structures are made way before it is fabricated or erected at site. So one can see what color combinations of roofing sheets are required, how the combinations will look after it is done at site, and this will make the look of structures way great because then it's done way beforehand, and it's obviously what customer wants. So they always have multiple options here. Second is faster construction. Now we all are aware that RCC constructions take a lot of time because it involves a lot of manpower. The work is done at site, and it's obviously up to the civil contractor, but it takes a lot of time. Here in pre-engineered steel structures, it's faster comparatively, and the reason it is faster is because once the design is done, once we know what is there to construct, there are two work that can happen parallelly. Now, one work is the civil work, which is the base work that will happen at site, and the other work that will happen in the manufacturing unit where the pre-engineered structures are fabricated. So there are two work that is happening parallelly, and once the fabrication is done at manufacturing unit, it is then brought to the site and installed. So this leads faster construction because multiple work happening at the same time, and the final work of installation is way faster. Like it takes around a month's time only to install the structures at site, depending on the size, but it's way faster.
Okay, so now we have stability of structures. Now this is with regards to design, how designing is done before the fabrication of structure that defines the stability, and location plays an important role when we put loads in the design. It is based on which location that structure will be installed. Obviously, there is one more factor which plays a role here is quality of the materials, the thickness of the materials used, which not many people are aware of while they go for buying the structure, but this plays a very important role. Next, we have ability to handle environmental conditions. Now, if the structure is in the earthquake prone zone or a flood prone zone, so those environmental conditions should be handled, and that can be done only if the designing and stability are taken accordingly. So I'll go for an example here, which is Gujarat earthquake. So prior to the earthquake, there were a lot of structures which were in RCC, but obviously after earthquake they moved from RCC to PEB. That is only because the kind of stability it provides, the kind of ability to handle these environmental conditions they provide, and there are like not much damage done because of the stability of these structures. Let's move to the last point that is very important, is less maintenance required. Now if we compare to RCC where we have maintenance all around the year, an ongoing process it is. But here in PEB, we don't have that much maintenance. The only part which requires maintenance is the roof, and that too around the year, once a year we can have the maintenance done, which is like less cost maintenance also. It's not much because it's only clearing the roof, checking, if there are leakages anywhere, before the rain starts. So it's very less maintenance if we compare to RCC structures. So let's look at some of the points which you should be considering when you opt for PEB structures, and you should see that if the companies have that points, have that things into consideration taken before going for structures. Now, having the technical expertise is very important because there are a lot of issues that comes into picture after the installation of the structures, and those issues can only be taken into consideration if the technical expertise are there. So when we design the structures, we should know that what are the pin areas where there can be an issue in future, and those pin areas should be um, installed properly. So for example, water flow should be done in such a way that there is no issue later on in for the client in the structure. So that is one of the points which plays a role. So technical expertise is required here. Having the knowledge of loads uh, and the stability of these structures uh, should, which round backs to the same point that we have, is having the knowledge, having the technical expertise. So the client should always consider that they are opting for the companies that have that. And location matters. So when if you're in a dry area, or you're in area which is closer to sea, so the kind of materials that I use, uh, rusting is also one of the issues. If you are located near sea, there is a rusting issues as well. So this knowledge should be taken into consideration, because these are the points which later, after installation of the structures, can be a problem. Next we have is the quality. Now, quality of the materials used when you fabricate the structures, when you get the small items from for these structures. So these quality of the material should be good, and that plays a role for the life of the structure. And the main points are here is the thickness as well. What thickness the PEB company is offering. So that should be one that defines the quality as well. And there are a lot of other things which defines quality, because there are very very small items also used in these structures, like nut bolts, like sag rods. So it should be of all good quality. Because of the quality, the life will be more longer. So you should keep that into mind. Forecast of structure usage. So you should also know that what you will be using the structure for. So if the structure is used for storage, then okay, it's very basic. But if it is used for heat environment, or it's used for storage, or it's for cold storage, or what is the use basically, that should be known. So because the use can also define what materials to be used. So you should be clear that what you will be doing with the structure. So once you are clear, the materials to be used in the structure will should be in such a way that it does not lead to problem later on. Then we have a lot of options available in roof. Now many people are aware only of basic roof sheet that we put in the structure, but there is a new option that has come in market recently, which is standing seam. Not many people are aware of this, but it is one of the good option that one can opt for, which will actually lead you to no leakage at all, because there are no joints in the sheet. So if there are no joints,
obviously there is no leakages. So this is one of the good option, and the cost is not much different than what currently roof sheet is. So I think one should see what options are there available instead of going for what basic can be provided. And next is maintenance service. So maintenance can be done self. It can be asked for the company who's providing you the PEB, but it's either ways. But you should know that you need to do the maintenance. It cannot be one time installation and closure. It has to undergo regular maintenance, which is once a year, as at least once a year, for checking that there are no issues in the roof at least. So one should know that they have to go for once a year maintenance in this structure. So I would like you all to see our management team, who are also the founder of the company, Mr. Sunil and Samta Srivastav. They have started the company in 1992, and since then we are in the market. So here I would like to thank you all for watching this video, and if you like our video, please subscribe our channel and wait for many more videos to come for the particular topic of our pre-engineered structures.